And at 7:36 on this Monday morning, around town, from hops to bottle, making beer can be a pretty complicated process.
Cameron Fontana is live at Wolf's Ridge Brewing in downtown Columbus to break it all down for us. Hey there, Cam.
Hey, that's right. Good morning, guys. So this is going to be a really cool learning experience because we are at Wolf's Ridge Brewing, and we're going to talk about the entire processes from milling the grain to fermenting it to picking it up, bottling it, and getting it at your local store. So stay tuned to Good Day Columbus all morning long. We're going to pour it back to you guys. Let me see. I've actually never done this before. Here we go. Here we go. Is that good? Oh, look at it. It's almost going to the top.
Perfect
oh, that's
pour.
pro right there.
Wow.
Nice.
It's like he's a natural. Around town this morning, microbreweries, of course, are huge all across the country, including right here in Columbus.
They are, and Cameron Fontana live at Wolf's Ridge Brewing this morning, learning the beer making process. Hey there, Cam. What are you doing now?
So, Pete, we are seeing the birth of beer right now. With me is Chris. How's it going, Chris?
It's going great.
So, talk about the very first thing to make beer. What do you have, and then what do you do?
So we start with malted barley, and basically it's kilned at varying temperatures to create different flavors, whether it's roasty or bready.
So kiln, basically burned and fired, right?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Wow. So this right here, where do you get this from for yours?
We buy malt from all over the world. This bag is from Germany, but we buy malt from the United States, from Chile, from England, wherever it seems appropriate for the style of beer I'm making.
Do you find like different flavors are really specific to different areas of the world?
Definitely, and I really try to incorporate traditional ingredients. So in my English beers, I use all English ingredients. In my German beers, it's all German ingredients.
Does the beer have an accent?
Sometimes.
Sometimes when it comes out. So you get the bags, okay? So I'm gonna put this here. Show the next process, because this is the machine that you said mills it, correct?
Yeah, so we mill it. We basically want to crush the grain, break it open, and that frees the starches inside of the grain kernels. And when we mash it in, those starches get converted into sugars, which is food for yeast.
Wow, this is such a cool process. So what's the time frame that this takes to go through this machine?
It takes a couple minutes from get from one end to the other. The machine falls into our mash tun where we mix it up with hot water, and from there it takes an hour to an hour and a half before the next step.
All right, so what is the next step that we're going to check out?
The next step we're going to check out today is going to be bottling, because we're not actually brewing today. We're going to get ready to brew tomorrow. But,
sweet, so we get to skip that and go over the bottling, right? Hey, we're going to throw it back to you guys. And you said this is from Germany?
From Germany.
From Germany. This is
Nice.
a German beer.
German, yeah. Around town at 8:24 this morning, Cameron showing a behind-the-scenes look at Wolf's Ridge Brewing.
He is.
Brewing.
You know, he's just making beer, which is just cool all the way around, right? He is live showing us the beer bottling process, this time from start to finish. Hey, Cam, not a lot of people get to see this part of things.
Well, so Karen, this is really cool because normally, now I promise that wasn't me. That was not me. So we're showing this really cool contraption right here. What is this, Chris?
Scientifically, we call it the grabber.
The grabber.
The case grabber.
So you get your bottles in huge containers like this, and then you put it in this machine. So you grab them just to be more efficient. It goes on like this. Now I let go, right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm so scared because
You're gonna put them upside down on the rinser.
What's the best way to flip it?
Just
keep. Oh, it's like everything in my body tells me not to flip it. So what does this do right here?
Push it forward.
Okay.
And you can see the jets rinsing it and sanitizing the bottle.
Whoa.
We'll pull it back. It'll drain out.
Okay.
And then you're gonna.
This process over here, it's filling it with the beer.
Yes.
And then on the other side, you're capping it and then completing it, right?
Yeah, 6 at a time fill, moving forward 1, 6 at a time cap.
How many bottles do you go through a day because of this machine?
We're going through about 7,200 bottles a day.
Wow, and this is relatively new because before, you just started making 6-packs, correct?
Yeah, just within the last few weeks, we've been starting to get our 6-packs out to stores.
Very nice. So this is the next process. And coming up, we're going to throw it back to you guys and show you the cooler. Of course, we can never escape the cold.
No.
We're going inside the cooler where all this is stored. Isn't this a cool process?
Super cool, Cam. Yeah, that's amazing. Around town this morning, Cameron Fontana is taking to the assembly lines. He is live at Wolf's Ridge Brewing, talking about their bottling process. Hey, Cam.
Edwin, where are you at? It's about time. We're freezing in here, Karen. This is the, what do you call this, Chris?
This is our keg storage cooler.
So the keg storage cooler, about how cold is it in here?
We keep it around 37 to 38 degrees, which is the average serving temperature for most beer.
Now, why is it important to keep it at that temperature? I mean, no warmer, no colder.
Ideally, if it stays at that temperature, if we need to pull it up to the tap room or take a keg to a bar, it's ready to serve right away, but also it stays fresher longer if it's cold.
Now, from this, do you make sure, I mean, say someone buys a keg from here. What is that process? Does it go immediately to a freezer? Does it go, how long can it last outside of this before the taste kind of fades away?
It kind of depends on the style. So our hoppier beers, our Session IPA, we typically say is good for around 3 months. Some other beers like our Imperial Stout are probably good for a year plus.
Wow. And you said, you know, it's about, what, 40 degrees in here?
Yes.
So do you ever, when it's like super cold outside, come in here and then kind of warm yourself up?
It's like a little bit warmer than it is outside.
It's a little bit warmer.
Yeah.
Well, it seems because it's like 50 degrees outside right now, and then in here, you're feeling the cold again. But this is so cool because you got all the kegs. How much can this store?
This is going to store around 300 to 400 kegs all told, like if we really pack it in, and a couple batches of bottles, which is probably about 10 or 15 pounds.
That's a lot of beer.
Yeah, that's a lot of beer.
Well, okay, well, we're going to throw it back to you guys, continue the process, and I'm just going to get out of the freezer because it is cold. See, Chris is used to it. I'm freezing.
Got
Nice.
beer to keep me warm.
He's got the beard to keep him warm.
Hey, Cam, I'm sure you could grow into those probably in a couple years.
Well, around town this morning, Cameron is learning to do something new.
That's because he's at Wolf's Ridge this morning and he's learning about bottling beer. Good morning, Cam.
Hey guys, that's right, we're back with Wolf's Ridge Brewing with Chris. Now Chris, we're about to fill this keg, right?
Yes.
So talk about the process. As we move this over, I gotta twist this, how does it work?
All right, so I'm going to make sure everything's off just so you don't spray yourself with beer. You're going to press this button in and lift the handle up.
Okay.
And then twist it counterclockwise. There you go.
Oh, there we go.
Just a
We're
little
gonna just
bit.
get a little messy today. Sorry, at the station we're gonna smell like beer a little bit. So this one goes in here.
Yep, you're going to fit it in the notches, make sure it fits in, and then twist it clockwise.
Clockwise.
Nice and tight. And then you're going to press down to engage it.
Engaging it.
All right, and
We
then
are engaged.
we need to let some pressure out of it.
Okay.
We fill these kegs under pressure. That way the beer doesn't flash into foam and it keeps all the carbonation inside that beer.
Oh,
as we're
okay.
filling it.
That makes sense.
So after some of the pressure's out, I'm gonna open this guy up.
Yeah, what's about to
and-
happen?
Oop.
So a little bit more pressure.
Yeah.
Under pressure. Great song, by the way. And how long does it
There
take
it
to
goes.
fill one of these kegs?
It's gonna take about 5 to 8 minutes to fill a keg. We fill them pretty slowly to make sure all that carbonation stays trapped in the beer.
That's very smart because that helps with the flavor, right?
Yes.
This has been such a fascinating process because we can see how big these are. Now, why is this one sweating in the middle, but that one is not?
This one is crash cooled at 32 degrees. That's the next one to go into our bright tank for carbonation and keg filling.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And how many flavors are you running down here?
We've got 4 at a time in our fermenters, 1 in the bright tank, and then 20 beers, all of our own design on tap in our tap room.
Wow, such a cool process. We're gonna throw it back to you guys because this takes about 8 minutes, so we're just gonna wait. I probably smell like beer now.
Interesting.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you're gonna smell like beer today. That's the way that's
You
gonna
got
work.
some splaining to do. And around town this morning, Cameron has been learning all about the bottling process.
This morning, he's at Wolf's Ridge Brewing, and he's finding out about how it all gets into those containers that you can pop open later. Cam?
Hey, welcome back, guys. That's right. We have seen the entire brew process this morning. We're back with Chris and kind of showing you the underground behind the scenes of how it's made. But really, now we're upstairs in a cool area you can actually enjoy the brew. Chris, this all looks awesome.
This is what it's all about. This is the reward at the end of the day for all the hard work that I do.
So how long has Wolf's Ridge Brewing been established?
Wolf's Ridge has been around for a little over 2 years, and then the tap room we're in now has been open for just over a year.
And there is some historical significance because you were telling me earlier, even you kept the windows to the traditional building. Is that right?
Yeah, we're trying to preserve as much of the ambiance of the original structure as possible. And it's also really interesting to know that this area, before it was Columbus, was literally known as Wolf's Ridge. That's where we take our name from.
So cool. So you have this area you can enjoy your beer. You have a restaurant upstairs, tons of food, but stores that carry it. I believe it's Kroger, I think Giant Eagle, Whole Foods, tons of different places carry your brew, right?
Yes. And
So
it's
what
all
hours
super
are you-
fresh right now.
It's fresh right now. When can people come here? What hours are you open?
This tap room opens at 4 p.m. during the week and at 3 p.m. on Friday, noon on the weekends. The restaurant's open at 10:30 every morning.
All right, and we do want to tell you, if you saw what we saw before, you do give tours if they want to see the process, right?
Yes.
How do they go about doing that?
Just talk to your server, and they'll get you in touch with one of the brewery staff, and we'll be happy to show you guys around.
Great. Well, Chris, thank you so much for letting us hang out this morning. We're going to toss it back to you guys, and I'm going to let you see that because that's a great selection.
Thing of beauty.
Very nice.
Absolutely.